You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Welcome back to Feeding Off Each Other. Cheers, boys. Cheers. This is our first hard liquor episode. Welcome back to Feeding Off Each Other, the weekly podcast where we feed off the talent, humor, knowledge, and awesome stories of our guests and each other. I'm Matt Dennison. What?
You left me hanging.
Yeah, and me too. Cheers, me, Jason. Come on. Cheers.
That's no way to start. Frick.
I'm Matt Dennison, joined as always by David. That's David, one more for Safety Wiggins.
Yep.
That's a director thing. And to his left, Jason, that's a haircut. Lucas.
So we're still on that, hey?
Nice.
It's been a week.
Yes. Okay, we have limited time. Dave, are you going to be bailing on this? No, you're not? You're in for the long haul?
I'll be okay.
You got something? You got a hot date? What's going on?
No.
Hockey game? Canucks game?
It's a secret.
Well, you lied. That's it. And you're like, I'm getting out of here. Anyways, we got a lot to talk about. So let's get right into today's guest intro, shall we? Mm-hmm. Are you ready, guest?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We actually prepare for this.
That's what you said to me off camera, and I couldn't believe it.
We chat GPT'd your intro. Can you believe
What?
that? No, I'm just kidding. Jason wrote it. I'm going to read
Where
it.
do I put the mic? I mean,
Just below your face so it's not blocking, but not so far away that you're...
okay. I can just rest my chin on it like that.
Perfect.
Yes.
It does sound weird now that we've spoken about it.
Yeah, just don't try not to think about it.
Okay. I won't.
Yeah, and don't manually breathe, and a part of your body is now itchy. All right, today's guest is a director, producer, editor, and all-around wizard in the world of filmmaking. Is that all correct? Are you a producer?
I don't know if I'm so much a producer.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
like to think I am. I
Well,
feel
it's
like I have a good
on your
producer
bio.
name.
Also, directors, don't they like to hide the fact that they're editing shit too? We'll get into it.
No.
When they were just 11 years old, they started off filming rudimentary skateboard videos with a point-and-shoot camera. Rudimentary?
Where are you getting this from?
LinkedIn.
Oh, boy.
Fast forward to now, and they have worked on huge commercials with brands such as Nike, what's that? Lexus, Ping. What the hell is Ping?
It's golf.
Okay. Interac, Trek Bikes. What? You took our gerbs. And also one of
That
the...
was with you. I don't know if you recall.
Right. I was there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We did travel the world together. And also one of the greatest music videos of all time, which we'll get into later.
Was it one of yours?
Maybe. This person is an artiste, a visionary. Jason wrote that.
Yeah,
and
that's definitely not on LinkedIn.
I took some creative freedom with it.
Okay. I appreciate that.
And most importantly, a good friend. Chuthers, brothers, mothers, and others, please put your hands together for the man, the myth, the mustache, Leo Zuckerman. Long time coming, though. Long time coming. You're not in town often, so when you said you're coming to town, I was like, yeah, let's hang out. And then I delayed it to not reveal that it was actually just a podcast.
Yeah.
But this is hanging out now.
That's totally fine with me. I think if we're going to catch up, we may as well have it live forever on the internet.
Yes. Don't say anything incriminating because we don't know how to edit or cut anything from our podcast yet. So it all goes in raw.
It's very hard for me to do, but I'll do my best.
Well, you're in good company then.
But I am an editor. I don't know if you did say that yourself.
Yeah.
So-
And you are a very good editor. But the reason I brought up do directors hide that is because there's a director in town. I won't name him. But he told me that he has an alias, like another.
Yeah.
That's a word, right?
Yeah.
He has an alias.
Yeah.
And he always credits that alias.
Yep.
And then every once in a while, he'd be like, shout out to my editor. He does such great work.
Yeah. I know directors like that.
And the reasoning is that they say, well, the big agencies or whoever have the money to hire directors, they don't want to know that you're doing multiple jobs. You've got to be a big enough shot that you have a team of people behind you.
I don't know if it's that, but I think making it, separating it is smart because then you can also, I've heard of a lot of directors that do this. The alias is important.
Yeah. I don't know. I just own it. If we do things, we wear multiple hats, whatever. Who cares? Doesn't it show more skill?
I don't want to get caught in a lie like that. You know what I mean? Because that's an awkward conversation. Be like, oh, we've hired this editor and they're talking about it. And then they kind of feel like they're stupid when they find out that it's you.
I felt a little bit ripped off in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, what? You're not who you say you are.
Is that bad business?
I don't know. I mean, it's not,
Is it more So like if a company approaches you and they're like, hey, we want you to work on this, and you're like, yeah, and they're like, you edit, right? We want you to edit. You're like, no, I kind of want to direct, and they're like, we don't need that. Is it that?
No, well, no. I think it's like, my experience is when I tell them I'm an editor, they're like not interested. They're like, no, we got our editor.
Right.
You know, it's they like to separate it. I think people get pigeonholed a lot, no matter whether it's like the style of work you're doing, the genre, whether you're an editor, a colorist. Like people I think see you as one thing, or they like to. So that's why having an alias is smart. If you have the skills to do other things, you know, why not market yourself as a completely different person doing it?
Nowadays, if I create a project and I did the color on it, the edit, multiple things, sound effects, and there's credits, I don't bake in my name 500 times. I put it once on the thing.
That's also obnoxious, and people do that.
And I just, someone sent me a music video today to find out if I could do a little bit of correction. It was not Drake. A little bit of correction on it, and it was that. It was like the director put himself 17 times.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely done that.
Oh yeah, we've all done it. It's, you know, you grow and you learn.
Yeah, we're getting better.
Yeah, we're getting better. Cheers to that. So I asked you to be on the podcast 2 years ago, maybe, or something. Have we even been doing this?
No, we haven't been doing this for 2 years.
No,
a year and a half?
It was a month ago.
No, it wasn't.
Because
We're close
we
to-
talked on the phone. It was
Find this.
We're close to 2 years from when we started recording.
Yeah, but not releasing.
We should have
But
a
he would have been asking
anniversary.
I think our first recording was like this, like March 2 years ago. Yeah.
Man, time
But
flies.
Leo's response was, "I'll do your podcast. Can we drink whiskey and smoke cigars?" So I brought whiskey today. I brought the Knob Creek. Is this good whiskey?
This man delivers.
But I did not deliver the cigars because they were far too expensive. $36 a cigar.
Yeah, that's a lot. You can get cigars for I think 10 to 15, 20 bucks.
So I'm not a cigar man, but I Googled cigars for beginners.
Yeah.
And the first one was Ashton Classics. So I was like,
Okay.
I'll get this one. Brooke was helping me out. And she called me. She's like, they're $36.
Is that a pun name?
I'm not worth $36 to come on this podcast. And now it's known.
That's questionable.
Okay. I do want to say one thing. I just want to raise my glass to your, not to your vision, because we all know you have vision, but to your execution. You know? He got the whiskey. He remembered everything. I mean, that's a dedication and execution to a vision. Because a lot of people can have vision. They can have dreams, but it's you know, getting it done that's important. And, you know, you've done that. So.
I was just desperate for you to have a good time. That's it, really. That's all it is.
Well, I'm impressed and I'm having a good time.
So what brings you to town? Just before the pod, Dave said, "Where's he live?" I said, "I have no idea." You seem like you're all over the map.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm doing a car commercial, directing a car commercial.
Oh, very cool. Let's guess the brand, guys.
Saturn.
Does Saturn still make cars?
No.
I saw one the other day. I was like, oh, what's that? A Saturn? It was so old, but I don't think I've seen a new one. Ever.
Rivian. That's my guess.
No.
Can you actually tell us if we get it right? Or is this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be.
Lexus.
Well, I'll be blasting this on social media.
Hyundai.
Then you just started blasting.
Subaru. Toyota.
You said it.
Lexus.
No,
Hyundai. Subaru. Toyota.
it's Subaru.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That may be one thing we edit out in case I say
Just
incriminating
knew
stuff.
Bleep it.
We could bleep it.
No,
come
wait,
on.
no.
We can't let them know we're making a commercial. They can't let us know we're making a
but
new car.
if we're gonna like talk about stuff, and anyway,
Well, yeah. Who'd you cast? Where's the location? Where's
What's the
Crafty?
model?
there's. I think we're gonna shoot around here.
Oh,
So if you want,
don't dox us now. Bleep that too.
It's in North Vancouver. Oh god.
it was.
I've
We
only-
scouted Lynn Canyon.
Okay.
We scouted Frome.
You can't drive a car in Lynn Canyon. Go on.
Yeah, you can if you pay them enough money.
Oh.
Wow, he just bossed your ass.
Yeah, like on the
Yeah.
It's really nice, actually. It's like very pristine. I was like, you can't drive it fast.
Now let me guess. There's gonna be 3 people on smokers. You're gonna fog the forest up. There's gonna be a Ukraine arm. It's gonna be some typical car commercial shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all like to believe that it isn't, but we'll get there. It all comes full circle. You're like, oh, well, I guess we made another car commercial, didn't we?
Well, I mean, I'll hand it to you. Your car commercials are very sharp. Your work is unique. You're one of the guys in my life that I despise. No, you're one of the guys in my life that they have such amazing eye for light and shadows and compositions and just making the ordinary seem extraordinary. And I just want to take my eyeballs out of my skull and pop them into yours for a day and just see what you see.
Well, that's very, very nice of you to say.
What do you see? Do you see?
It's funny. Someone messaged me on Instagram yesterday, and it just said, "You love light." I was like, "That's
true.
That's pretty funny, and I guess it's pretty accurate." But
it almost seems like you like shadows more than light, though.
Well, I mean, what's the darkness without the light?
Good reference.
Yeah.
Is that Bane?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's verbatim, but it is
Verbatim?
Verbatim.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, there's something to that.
Did I miss a joke?
Yeah.
Verbane? No.
Oh, I didn't hear. It's the headphones.
Oh, you can't hear jokes when they're directly in your ears?
Yeah. What is this?
Only reverberating in the room?
It's their Fisher Price headphones. It's,
Hey, whoa.
there you go. Now the joke's on you.
They're really not great, I will admit.
What, the headphones?
Yeah.
I'm not being serious.
I was editing with them the other day, and there's no bass.
Yeah, and
Very
the
tinny.
B, like you need the bass from the B. I didn't hear Bane.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard? Never mind.
What the hell did I say? Yeah, you're good at stuff.
Light.
Shadows.
Light, yeah,
Light
yeah,
shadows.
you're good at stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So yeah, you're making a car commercial here. That's pretty cool. So what's that? A week of shooting?
It's like between 2 and 4 days usually. It's 3 days. 3 days of shooting.
3 days of shooting. And how
Yeah.
much prep?
It's a lot of prep. We're shooting 16, 17, 18, and yeah, it's probably like a month and a half from like start to end until you're done shooting, and then obviously there's post. But I'm typically in Canada in advertising, the director is usually not involved in post. It's like you walk off set and then you see it on TV.
What's your response when people say, "What's the budget?" People must ask you all the time. Like I've had
nobody asked me that.
No one
cares.
asked you that?
Yeah.
I feel like I get asked all the time when we're like on commercial. I'll have like a deep, like the camera guy, or I don't know, just random people saying, "What's the budget?" And I'm like, do I have to tell you? Do I lie about it? Do I fudge the numbers? Is it respectful for me to be upfront about it?
People don't really ask. I find I'm interested because I like to know how everything's working, and that is interesting to me. Maybe that's the producer in my bio. That's what that's why it's there.
Right.
But yeah, people don't really ask so much. Like my mom might ask or something.
Okay. So with that said, what's the budget?
I thought you might ask me this.
How'd you figure? Is it 7 figures?
No.
Is it
Not
7 figures in yen or Philippines peso?
In pesos, yeah.
Okay.
I would think.
Impressive.
Yeah. It's probably closer to $1 million than it is to $10. Yeah.
Probably.
It is. It's close. Yeah. Yeah. It's so yeah.
Well,
make of that what you want.
That's a pretty big deal. And we're pretty curious. How do you get in this position of directing these types of jobs? Because we're in the film business, but the biggest jobs that we've done are just over 6 figures, just tickling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there just seems to be a threshold. I mean, obviously we're in the bike world, so we're lucky if we're even getting that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and listen, it comes with a lot of other crap that you don't get when you're doing smaller budget stuff. So you're being paid for other things, and the budget is accounting for, all these people, agency people, client people, service to them. Like that's a big part of it. Doing things like the very, very like proper way. So, I mean, how do you get there? I don't know. You have to like buy into this whole way of production and marketing yourself and that kind of thing.
How to Howly doody, each other nation. You love the show, you love the pod, you love the boys. Well, why don't you support us by purchasing some of our merch on mahalamaido.com.
That's right, Matthew. We've got the finest selection of t-shirts, stickers, and hats you've ever seen. Plus, we even have feeding off each other sticker packs so that you can proudly show off your love for the show on a mug, laptop, your dog, your mom, whatever.
And as a special gift to you, our beloved chuthers, we're offering 10% off your next order with the code FEEDING. That's right, head to mahalamaido.com and use code FEEDING for 10% off your next order.
And now,
Back to the pod.
So we were speculating how you got there.
Yeah.
And we thought it was 2 steps. One was crushing Vimeo and getting Vimeo staff picks. And then 2, entering the agency world and crushing that, and then just kind of the snowball effect from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to do a lot of things. I mean, everyone has a bit of a different journey. For me, it was, I think like making commercials, which were on a smaller scale. They were, below the 6-figure line. I kind of like, someone reached out to me through Vimeo. They'd seen my work on Vimeo, and I was able to do a very small commercial for an agency. And I feel like I just got lucky to be able to do that. And then when I went and, showed my work to production companies that make these commercials, they kind of bought into me because I had that. They're like, okay, you've done a commercial, even though it was like, not a big commercial, and they saw something in me, and they like repped me from that work. And then I was, given the opportunity to make bigger commercials. Of course, like it took a lot of failing, and there still is a huge amount of rejection and failure and loss in pitches and stuff. But, slowly over time, you like chip away, and you can, I don't know, at least for me, I have been able to do bigger and bigger car jobs and work.
Yeah, the failure thing is interesting because I feel like the grass is always greener between us too. Like I'm envious of the work that you're getting, and then you've kind of expressed envy for like, well, you got it going on. You're in total creative control.
Yeah, you can do what you want.
But trying to like cross or examine your like journey of how you got there, it seems like you've shaken a lot of hands. You've flown around the country, I guess the continent actually, US and Canada, and you've just sat and had taken a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
To get there, because that's something that we don't do. We don't go and fly to Toronto to LA to New York and shake hands and introduce ourselves. We're making videos, trying to get seen by people, and then hoping there's going to be an email one day.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a car commercial for you.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's more valuable. I think the best thing you can do is make work, because that's what's going to like take you all the way, I think, because people will recognize talent. Like you need to make the work, and then you need to get it seen. And I think the internet is very, it's a great tool for getting your work seen. And if you're making it, then I think you're doing everything you can do,
So Dave, chime in. What did you do when you were emailing production companies and not production companies, agencies? We went ham after calling you a couple months. Are you almost done the whiskey? Need a refill?
Yeah. What? We've been going for 18 minutes.
That's an average.
You need a Red Bull and a whiskey? No, we're like, well, yeah, mountain bike industry is struggling a little bit. So we're like, okay, we're not getting the commercial jobs anymore. Mm-hmm. Let's try to, do you want me to actually get the bottle?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll finish my question.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
And bring out the cigars.
I could roll, I don't know, some
We're going to roll
printer
some
paper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What can we smoke?
We'll go down to Cuba and start rolling some cigars.
Don't make me regret my decision not to spend $36 on each of you.
No, anyway. Have you smoked a cigar before?
Twice.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, if you're into it, it's one thing, but it's not like
I don't really love it.
a pleasant thing.
Yeah, it's not great.
Anyway, sorry.
That would be the first time something's been smoked in here too. So
Yeah, you can smoke. This is a warehouse.
would it make it like the couches and our clothing stink though? Would it linger?
You can smoke weed. That doesn't linger. Cigarettes linger. I don't know about cigars. I don't have the experience.
I mean, weed
can
can
test it.
linger. The
No.
carbon molecules are sticky. They stick on things.
It's the carbon chain you see in a triple linked carbon. Sorry.
No, that was great.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Okay, so the mountain bike industry tanking. We don't have commercial jobs like we used to. So we're like, well, let's spread our wings and try to put ourselves out there. So Dave took the initiative to, we made a demo reel, which took forever. And then you just went ham. Who'd you email?
I emailed a bunch of agencies, mostly in Canada, and I tried to do a cheeky subject line to get some attention.
Like, what was it?
It was kind of like, I don't know, I can't even remember. Like, sure, we'll make your next commercial or something, something like that. Like twist my arm. I guess I'll work for you or something.
So what's the joke?
And then I tried to be succinct because I know no one wants to read like a real heavy email. And just said who we were and linked a demo reel and was like, put us on the list. Like,
and he must have emailed what, 30, 20?
Yeah,
20
ad agencies.
like 30. Yeah,
ad agency maybe. In the
who? Like the heads of production, or like do you know who you?
They were. We got a few names from like friends of friends.
Yeah,
and then it was a lot of just kind of like general contact.
Yeah,
or like work with us inquiry emails. Like I didn't have like the suite contacts, and I think I got like 3 responses.
But, I mean, that seems par for course with everything. I reach out to production companies, and like I remember I went to this show in Germany, and I like met all these like fancy production companies across Europe, and like we shook hands, and like I made them laugh and whatever, and then I sent out 20 emails the next week after the show. Not one person replied to me.
Yeah.
These are people that I like met and like had an actual interaction with. And I don't know, I think I was talking about this the other day, like if people want to work with you, like that idea is not something that you can give them. It has to come from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And people need the like someone else has to decide for them that they want to work with you. That people need influence. Like nobody wants to make decisions like that themselves. They need someone to be like, hey, this person's really good. Why don't you guys work with them? Like check them out. And if they respect that person, then like that's what they need to like take action. That's what I found.
So we need to go on Facebook and find the closest friends of all the heads of production, and then email those people.
Yeah.
For me though, the way I felt about it was I wasn't surprised that was the amount of responses, and then B, it felt like I don't think it burnt any bridges where people are gonna like roll their eyes and be like, these guys are desperate or whatever. It felt more like we're putting ourselves on some level of awareness or radar. Someone probably skimmed it, read it, and then next time if something else comes around, it's like, oh yeah, there's like a vague brand awareness now. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a thing to do.
Yeah, it's really an art form, and like the thing when even in commercials, like the process of how you're very much you're making someone else's commercial or film, and it's their ideas, and obviously the director is supposed to bring some creative suggestion or direction or whatever. But a lot of times, like a director will sort of get like beat down, and you'll just do whatever they want you to do. And that's why I say it's like you're so lucky that you get to do whatever you want. Really, you have so much creative control. But I think the best directors are very, very good salespeople and good, smart business people, and they understand how to influence people socially and in work scenarios to sort of to create their vision, or to do whatever it is to get at the in the director's chair in the first place, or to get wherever they want to go. It's like you have to know how to influence people.
Well, there's this trend in Hollywood where someone will make a first film, like a small sort of indie, like the guy that ended up making the Jurassic World movies, Colin Trevorrow.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, well, that's Jurassic Park. But his name's Colin Trevorrow, and he made a small movie called Safety Not Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And it was probably like a $2 million movie. And then his next movie was Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And so clearly he's a guy that's good at talking to people, because there's not enough of a template there with what he made that first movie that shows anyone that he could do a Jurassic World movie.
Yeah.
But he's clearly good at selling a vision, shaking hands, kissing babies, playing the game.
Yeah. But then you also have to make that $2 million movie. So they trust you, like, oh, okay, he can make a movie. Yeah. It's a succinct product. Succinct. Someone said that. I'm bringing it back.
That's a good one. Cut that.
But
don't make this guy seem smart. I want to be the smartest guy on the pod today.
Your man is stupid.
The reason they like to hire those type of people too, though, is because the really big studios, they actually want someone that's a bit more malleable.
Totally.
And that hasn't done the big thing yet. So they're like, they can tell you what to do.
Yeah. At the last job I did, I worked with the DP from Star Wars, And sorry, huge name drop.
Drop the name.
Yeah, his name is Steve Yedlin. Okay. Yeah,
That sounds familiar.
yeah.
Never heard
he
of
does. You know Ryan Johnson. He's Ryan Johnson's DP. He's done every single movie. He's done The Glass Onion, Knives Out, all those movies. They did Star Wars together, and it was just awesome. I spent like, I don't know, 10 days with him in a van, basically driving around Chile, and he was just telling me all these stories and like how Ryan sort of moved up the ladder, and because he was there every step of the way, and like it was really inspiring and cool. But yeah, we shot a commercial for pet food. From Star Wars to pet food. Hey, no, he was great.
Well, this one is out. This commercial.
Yeah, I think it's out.
This is.
It's an American.
The one with the dog.
It's the one with the dog and the food.
Okay.
Dog food.
Now they
here
say
we
don't
go.
work with animals and babies.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that a pain in the ass?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't control them. There's like, if they decide they are not in a good mood anymore, that's the end of your day, basically.
So did this DP have any good stories that you can relay?
I mean, he talked about like Ryan being like a people person and just like, you know, knowing how to talk to people and to sort of get what he wanted. But I don't know, he was talking to me about like, you know, going out to the ranch, like Skywalker Ranch or whatever, and like meeting, you know, all those people. And it was just like, whoa, it felt like so close. Like I'm talking to somebody who's literally like in this world. And for me, it was like, whoa, this
Makes the world feel a little smaller. Right?
yeah, like meeting
damn.
George Lucas, like all that stuff is just, that's like dream stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreams seem a little bit more accomplishable when that
Yeah,
happens.
it's just closer. You're like, you know, on his phone, you can just like call George Lucas. You know what I mean?
Gasp.
Yeah.
And you're talking to this person, you're like, he's just a guy.
Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we're like working together,
Yeah.
like spending our days together. It was cool. Yeah.
So we wanted to pick your brain on maybe some tricks that you've learned that help you become a better director on set. One thing that we have often discussed is how to give feedback to an actor regardless of their performance.
Right.
So what we know is that great directors, they say, don't give positive feedback immediately after. Just stay streamlined and kind of medium and say, great, good job. Let's do it again. Or great, good job. Let's try this. Do it again. Don't get excited, because then you set the bar. And then if if they don't perform as well the second time, then they know they've kind of dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Like don't have big emotional peaks and valleys, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Is this something you're conscious of on set?
No, not really.
Are you just flying by the seat of your pants at all times, basically?
Basically, yeah. I just like,
You're just a normal guy.
It's just like whatever my intuition says, you know, and I'm just trying not to be stressed out because there's a million things going wrong or whatever it is, and trying to keep cool. But when talking to actors, I don't know. My approach is just like, it's as if I was talking to anyone, and I'm just trying to be calm and to, I like to have a relationship with them prior to like going to set. And just feeling like they can trust me, and just like breaking down the walls a little bit and having like an actual like human relationship, I think is important. And I think it puts them at ease a little bit. But also, if you want to like get into the mechanics of acting and directing, well,
Leo did go to school for this. 4 years of UBC, guys. He's
no, I don't. I was gonna say last year, I took acting classes. And that was really interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. I didn't remember learning any of that in film school. But basically, my production company in Toronto, they just like, they put it on there, like, come, it's every Tuesday from like, whatever, 6 to 8 o'clock or 4 to 8 o'clock. I can't remember. Not that it matters.
We want to know.
Yeah.
The time's important.
Well, for this year, you know. But it was really like cool to get into like the theory of acting. And then doing it and then being directed by somebody else and like immersing yourself in that and seeing what it's like. It's like, you know, the CEO who like does every job in the company and moves up, and like that's how you really understand you know, how the company works. I think is important.
It's a vehicle for empathy.
You can quote that. Put that should be the title of the video. A vehicle for empathy.
That's what your car commercials are.
A discourse with director Leo Zuckerman. A vehicle with empathy. streaming on YouTube.
Any revelations or things you took with you after classes
From that?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the basic things we did was, not that it's super basic, but it was like, play this as it's like two characters, it's like, play this now you're a son and you're their mother, or like you're cousins, or like you're he just crashed into your car, and like it's the same dialogue, which is like whatever, a very simple situation or something, but you're playing it from multiple very different situations. And like that was like very interesting to me. So that's like interesting direction to give to an actor. Be like, okay, now pet the dog as if like it just, I don't know, was beamed down by aliens or something.
Right.
And then that's how you can get like very different performances.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried to dabble in a little bit of that because I think people get sucked into like just kind of meaningless words, like give us more energy, you make it louder, can you do it but better, you suck, get offset.
Well, advertising, it's like smile more, wave, pretend you're taking a selfie. It's like so much of the stuff I do, which is like, it's like car commercials or like tourism or just like stuff without dialogue, where it's, the direction can get very, and it's not even coming from me. A lot of times on set, the direction is coming from the assistant director, which is coming from the producer, which is coming from the account person, which is coming from the agency creative, which is coming from, it's like getting filtered down.
Now this is
so many people.
This is something that I've kind of been envious in the past because I don't want to be too specific, but there's an ad that we did where the main actor kind of ended up having beef with me. They said I'm trying really not.
It was me. It was the e-bike commercial. We fucking hate each other now.
They said I was abrasive. It was not a very good relationship. It ruined me for a few months.
How long was this shoot?
It was I don't want to say too much. It was a week long.
Oh, I know.
That's a lot to happen in a week.
It messed with me, man, big time. And I was like, you guys got to give me more money so I could bring on an AD or something, so I don't have to be the one giving the feedback. I can funnel it through someone else, so I'm protected a little bit. And I really see the value in that.
The actor.
But maybe the actor.
Yeah.
And maybe I am a little abrasive, but at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm just trying to get the job done to the best as possible. And I think in that moment, this is the thing, like that person, I knew that the results were going to be amazing and they were going to enjoy the success of it.
Yeah.
And that did. And
like, I'm making your decisions for you now.
And that did happen, but it was like the pain of like the journey of like extra hours. Like you can't go to the gym now. Like, yeah, we got to do this one more. Like, all that stuff. But I know it's because it's like, well, I mean, it's not a secret. We're working with athletes. It's like the difference of like our world where we're up 12 hours, to get one more, to get the best thing possible, where they're working out for 12 hours. That's their world. And it's like a clash of two worlds, and working with athletes is hard. But I was like, just trust me. We got to keep going. And I think it was just like, we were owning that person a little bit too much, but I felt bad.
Well, that's an interesting topic in itself. It's like the star of the person that you're working with and like how much they're willing to give versus like how the walls they put up and that sort of thing. And I mean, I've seen definitely two sides of this. I've seen like huge athletes and stars and famous people who are like all about it and they love it. And it's like, they know that it's part of their success. It's part of their fame. It's part of everything. It's part of their job to like be in that, be on set and to deliver like, everything they can. And I think a lot of like very successful people are like that. Mm-hmm. And then you also get like the sort of like mid-tier athletes and stuff that are like, oh, like I'm a big shot. I'm like on a film set. I'm going to be a dick. Mm-hmm. And like, it's just not the right mentality. Like, and typically I find the bigger they are, the better they are and the more they are sort of like happy to be there and willing to do whatever needs to be done.
Well, there's a reason
because they've done that work.
Yeah, they've done the work.
There.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't think you survive and get to the top unless you're easy to work with.
Yeah.
Like, people that are really talented, people dispose of them that are not, easy to work with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So who's the biggest star you've worked with? Is it Charles Barkley? Is it Matt Dennison?
Yeah. think it was you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm a household name.
I'm trying to. I don't know. I mean, Charles Barkley, like recently, is probably the biggest sort of celebrity.
Like literally, he's quite
huge. Yeah.
Is he really?
And you know what? He came onto set and he shook the hand of every single person on the set.
That's awesome.
You know,
I love that.
like who does that?
Charles Barkley. I respect that.
Yeah.
And like, not to compare myself to this guy or whatever, I try to be very conscious to be nice to every person on set, like the lowest of the ladder, like assistant lighting person. I like tried to ask them a personal question. I try to be friends with them. I think it's pretty darn valuable. Like but then sometimes I guess there are shoots where you just don't have the time and you just can't do it. And no matter how hard you try, you're going to come off as like a dick to some people. It's hard, but it's like, how can you avoid that? But when you have the opportunity, I mean, shake the hand. It's the least you can do.
I think people are very forgiving if it's a tense like moment and everyone's kind of on edge and it's just that's the way it is. I think people understand that as long as you're like a decent human being and you thank them or whatever it is in the moments where it's not tense. It's like people forgive. Even like I see it on all the shoots. Like it always gets kind of crazy and people are at each other's necks and then you can still have dinner together and be like, that was ridiculous. Like, we're all friends.
Yeah, it's funny the beginning of set versus the end of set. Like the end of set when everybody's tired and it's a whole extra long day and people are now changed. Their moods have changed.
Yeah. It's a real roller coaster.
It really is.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
On set, off set, like, when you're not shooting, when you're writing, when you're pitching, it's just like it's a crazy lifestyle being a filmmaker.
We never got to ask Katie Burrell about directing and starring in her movie at the same time. But like just that added combo of directing and being on camera too. The last time I remember I did that, I got a migraine and it was terrible. It's a real roller coaster out there.
Is that
Who just did that?
That was what?
Some famous actor just directed a movie. Was it?
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Maestro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw these like it was like a TikTok reaction of like actual orchestra players and they were like, he's not conducting.
But didn't he spend like a few years learning how to conduct?
Well, according to TikTok.
Yeah.
There's also that thing though when you're trying to put something on screen, you're not necessarily worried about accuracy or like what's going to look the best in terms of
for sure.
Okay, now I turn this way and so
Our friend Byron, he discouraged me. He said, don't do it. Don't star. Don't do the acting and direct. Just avoid it. Because he's seen the train wreck version of it. So he didn't have much faith in me.
I have faith in you.
Oh, thanks, Leo. Thanks. That's
Hey, you hear that, Byron?
fuck you, Byron. How did you do your socks today?
Boom.
But also Byron supports me greatly and says that you're ready for a feature film. You could do it anytime. That was like 5 years ago that he said that. I was like, are you kidding me? Actually, that was a question that Jason asked me. Are you planning to get into any like narrative filmmaking, a movie?
Yes.
I know that you were writing a script years ago.
So remember when I was talking about George Lucas? I did take Steve's phone one night and I called George. I said, listen, buddy, it's your old pal. I know you think we haven't met, but we've met. I know you through your work, George. And I'm coming to Skywalker Ranch and we're going to sit down and
I think Jar Jar needs his own film.
Jar Jar
exactly.
spin-off.
Yeah. So look out for the new Star Wars movie coming to theaters summer 2027.
Binks Strikes Back.
Yeah, exactly. I know I have ideas for the X-Wings and it's an X-Wing story. It's about a fighter squadron attacking the Death Star. We're set in the same time as the original trilogy.
The 70s?
Not the 70s, no. It's
the future where it looks like the 70s.
It's the future, yeah. We're going to shoot it all practically.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's going to be expensive. Leo, next question.
Yeah, we'll just graze right over that.
So what's the joke?
Star Wars, cool. How does I have to read this one?
I'm joking.
How does it feel to have worked on the critically acclaimed music video "I Only Ride Park," and why is it your crowning achievement?
Well, I think it was. I think you really trusted me a lot with that one. I mean, we'd worked together before in different capacities.
Originally, you wanted to star in it and direct, and I said, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
He said, what if we put an X-Wing in this baby?
Well, Shout out to my my GT that you rode in
Yeah,
that, in that
Your
video.
famous GT.
Now, story about that.
Didn't you get it stolen?
You,
did
you
I
had
spoil
to
it?
just
No,
fucking,
fuck, sorry.
Yeah,
Wait,
to
cut
just hit
that,
the
cut that.
punchline.
Okay. Oh, what's the
Okay.
story?
The story with the GT. So I had moved to Toronto and I brought it with me. I shipped it on a Greyhound, actually, on a bus. And one day I had locked it outside and I came back and the wheels were gone. And it was a bit of like a heartbreaking moment. Anyway, I got new wheels. And then I was riding it, and literally like a week later, it was in the garage of the building I was living in, and I just came down and it was gone. And yeah, may she rest in peace.
We should scour the Whistler Bike Park. I'm sure it's there.
May she ride in peace. Yeah, I don't think so. This is in Toronto. They're like, yeah, we need to get this bike back to Whistler. We saw it in the video.
They stole it from Whistler. We're bringing it back.
It's like in Dana White's office. Have you seen like the tour of Dana White's office in Vegas? It's so ridiculous. He has like this crazy, ridiculous art. He has this photograph of it's like a famous Japanese photographer or something. I don't know if he's Japanese, but the photo it's a photo of like a Yakuza. I forget the story, but it's a really, really striking picture, and it's crazy. It's worth like millions of dollars or something. Anyway,
We got to get a Yakuza painting up in
digress.
this office.
Yeah, he has he has like a machine gun in like a glass case, and it's just like tacky.
Yeah. What's the coolest thing we have in this office?
And now he's gonna have the GT.
Chuck, for sure.
Wait, Chuck,
Coolest
we need a
thing.
machine
I
gun.
mean, other than Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a whole rack of bikes
No, we don't.
Up
No,
some-
those are all plastic.
up some very, very steep steps. Are those custom?
Yes, they are, and the steps fold up on hinges, so you turn this space into a studio,
The steps fold up like a jet, like a private jet.
like a private jet.
See, I knew you guys were up to something in here.
Excellent.
The guy that made this table also made the stairs.
Well, he didn't make this part of the table, but he made
The top.
the top.
So he cut a circle.
He got a circle, but he
Get
also
me this man's
epoxied.
name.
He epoxied. Come on. He
Epoxied?
put a PNG on his machine that routers or whatever the.
Super technical.
We got
Like the words that you see there, he applied those words.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
I thought you guys would have done the application of the sticker. I know you're big into
It's
the
not a
sticker game.
sticker. It's epoxy. It's
You know,
an
I tell
inch
people
thick
about
of-
your stickers.
You tell people about it.
I'm like, yeah, I have this friend, Matt Dennison,
He's special.
yada, 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 IFHT, and his sticker game, I got to tell you, this guy's smart.
Sticker game strong.
Sticker game strong.
Sticker game strong. A little weaker than it used to be though. The audience is growing up.
Oh, you're like,
grown up.
shit, my jokes don't land anymore. My 8-year-old humor is just not, it's not hitting.
Yeah, what the hell? I tried making Island Ride Park 17 times. You know what? Where the genesis of what the genesis is of Island Ride Park? Do you know? Do you remember?
I feel like it's just the culture of people who like don't want to pedal their bikes.
I was coming back from a job. We shot in Brome Ridge, Sterling Lawrence, and
I was thinking about him the other day.
Thomas Vanderham.
Yeah.
Thomas Vanderham drove me home after we stopped for a foot-long burrito. What's that place? Mag 99.
Bags.
Yeah.
RIP. Well, kind of.
Oh,
Thomas-
yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas
God, it's
Vanderham and
been
I
a
shared
long
a
time.
1-pound burrito. It was called
Lady
that,
in the
right?
Tramp style.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say that.
It was the largest object at the grocery store I could swallow whole.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that's a deep cut for the chuthers out there. Anyways, we're driving back, and I was like, yeah, so Mr. Vanderham, I am thinking of making a music video. I want to make something that's centered around the bike park, like Whistler culture. It's like blowing up. There's got to be something there. And he's like, I'm like, something about like riding park. I ride park all the time. I'm a park rat. And he's like, how about I only ride park? And I was like,
so you just
that's
entirely ripped it
that's
off.
pretty good, Mr. Vanderham.
Fireworks went
And
off
I
in your brain.
Didn't
You were like,
see him
that's
in
a
the
terrible
credits.
idea. I'll never do it.
I said, don't be surprised if I take that.
And did he ever
He's-
say anything?
Yeah, he's tried to sue me multiple times.
Well, I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, you've printed a fair few stickers.
Yeah, we've printed a few stickers. That's
Yeah.
for sure. A few stickers, Island Ride Park tour, a few music streams. That Wismas has 1 million listens on Spotify. Can you
But
believe that?
Wismas is that's
a different
separate.
thing.
Yeah,
But
but I
I'm-
wasn't involved in that.
Yeah.
No.
You're just flexing, telling him your successes.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Island Ride Park must have 1 million.
The man has accolades.
Yeah.
Look it up.
But
What?
you, Mr. Zuckerman, you shot it. That was, I feel like, the early days of the FS700 camera. It was a game-changing camera.
Yeah, I had mine for a long time. I did sell it. I still have my 1D though.
I was just blowing smoke up your ass before you got here. That what you do with a 1D is just like, incredible. I showed him your
You know what I do with a 1D? I take it out of my closet when I need to like dust. That's what I've done with
dust.
it. The last time I used that camera was I think 2019.
And you shot that Peru commercial?
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And I'm like, what? Okay, if you can shoot this good of a film, well, I don't know. What the hell's wrong with me? I can't make it look like
If
it.
anyone wants a 1D that seems to be highly acclaimed, just email me.
It's got a light
available.
coating of dust on it.
No, it's in the f-stop bag.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what are you doing? Are you shooting with a flat profile picture or what? How do you make it look that good?
I don't even know. I mean, it was colored professionally.
Is that the thing?
No.
Just any camera.
Poor colorist.
No, shout out Clinton. He did a great job.
Clinton. Wait, I want to talk about Island Ride Park more.
Yeah, well,
We're supposed to dig out some
don't let me
stories.
rain on your parade.
It's only got like
It's your
400,000 Spotify.
It's our podcast. What?
It's only got like 400,000 Spotify streams. So
Oh, 400,000, really?
2.4 million views on YouTube.
fuck that.
And Wismus was, that's original song. Wismus is just a ripoff of Space Cadet. So,
I
that
mean,
makes sense.
it's fine. Like a lot of them are ripoffs. Like what was the one? I think the first one we did together. Shit, what was it? With the big monster truck burning out in Richmond.
Oh my goodness.
What was that?
Peter Chow's Gangnam Style?
Yeah, that was the
No
first.
fucking way.
Yeah, I think it was. The
yeah,
first.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that.
What's that up on the wall there? With because didn't we?
What?
Maybe I'm thinking of something else with the
That's
pipe.
that's
The
Brooke
sewage.
tied up. What?
That's a
No.
pipe, yeah.
Oh, Cat City.
Yeah, cats. Oh no, I didn't.
No.
I stole that location though. I remember
Oh, really?
I was seeing Cat City and I was like, man, this guy's good. Like, this is so
the tubes.
amazing. Yeah, and I went I shot there once.
Good location.
Yeah,
I'm mad at you for that now, retroactively.
yeah, it was a long time ago.
So Island Ride Park, what the hell happened? We shot in one day. Anything
Was it
fun?
one
You
day?
remember? Yeah, I remember we
Yeah, it
were
was
shooting
one day.
like super late, and then at the end, like one of the last things I did was waving off the GLC drop, and the sun was setting. Right before that, I did the oh my god, what the heck? I can't believe it's wood, and I was all mangled on the
I
crank it
remember
up
that.
bridge.
I remember the drone shot. Oh no, that was
for the girls.
that was
girls.
with Michaela.
And I gotta raise a glass to you for coming through because I was out of town, and I asked you, can you get one drone shot for me for the girls? And you pulled it off. You went to Whistler. And
I remember the thing from I Only Ride Park that was actually from another video that you weren't even there for. That's what I'm remembering.
What? Oh,
we were talking about I Only Ride Park, and I thought in my memory that was at first for
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and you weren't even there, and it was for an entirely different video. So that just shows you how good my memory is.
and how many accolades there are to recall. What
There's
about
too many. Huh?
what about the GLC?
Successful.
You introduced me to Hayden. Remember? Remember I was
the girl?
king? Yeah.
I saw her last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at a restaurant.
Yeah, I was the king of the park or whatever at the GLC bar, and I had two girls beside me. I had Hayden and Leanne.
Oh my god,
Leanne Tompkins at the time.
At the time.
I don't remember her name.
my EP in Toronto was Leanne Thomas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She was who I was on the phone with when I was outside. Funny.
Yeah, so you connected me, and then I don't know. Thinking back now, I'm like, God damn it, all this shit's so cringe. Rapping in the bike park, all this shit. Like,
dude, it's like it's historic. It's iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe how many years that music video has followed me.
What do you mean followed you? Like people remember
I thought it would have. There's how many projects have we done now that have just died and they'll never get a comment or a view
Thousands.
ever again?
Millions, perhaps.
So many.
Oh,
And
that
Island-
one keeps going.
Island Ride Park, like I will be out on the trails, like 2 weeks
cool.
ago, and some a father will say, "Oh, hey, I recognize your face." Me and this literally happened when we were shooting silent biking bobsled. The
Yeah.
guy said, "Oh yeah, me and my 2 kids, we were just listening to Island Ride Park. We just discovered your stuff." I'm like, "How is that? How is the algorithm feeding Island Ride Park to new?"
Because you are culture. You're mountain bike culture.
Sure.
That's no
People just like take
nothing to take lightly.
I'm actually surprised that more people aren't making music videos in the bike space.
I'm not.
I mean,
Historically, they've done pretty well.
well, historically meaning you.
Well, also Jordan Boostmaster, he did, what's it called?
Oh.
I'm on a bike.
Yeah, I'm on a bike.
Look at me because I'm
Did
riding
that
on a bike.
do well?
I think it did pretty good.
But you're parodying a parody, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Shout out Lonely Island.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But without the Lonely Island,
They
we would
were
not be
so
here.
good.
They were great.
God. That was the A level because they were like SNL, right? Mm-hmm. That's what they were doing those for.
Yes.
Is that? I mean, I don't know the history.
Some yes, some no.
Yeah.
And I just like the fact that they were shooting stuff practically. Nowadays, you get a lot of the green screen on SNL.
Mm-hmm.
And they get music videos with green screen. And I can't, no matter how good the concept is, I just can't buy in with the green screen.
None of the music videos since they left have been as good.
That's a hard act to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there is talent out there, you know?
Yeah.
You just got to network and, find it.
It's an artwork, you know? Okay, let's get to the serious stuff now. So,
Yeah, let's get serious. Hey,
Leo, you moonlight as a pastry reviewer on Big Pastry Guy.
would you help me with this?
What do you need?
I mean, you shouldn't pour yourself a drink. It's bad practice.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, here.
I thought you were going to
Here.
pour me.
Yeah.
Can you help me pour yourself a drink? All right, that's good.
Here.
Jason, take it away, please. I'm tied up.
Oh, I see.
You guys want to talk pastries?
We want
I
to
know
talk
that's
pastry.
why I'm here.
You have an Instagram handle called Big Pastry Guy.
It's not just an Instagram handle.
A lifestyle, I guess,
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
sorry, man.
TikTok as well.
You're an icon.
Where
You are
did this
cultured.
come from, and where's it going to go?
Well, okay, I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah, he's on his third whiskey.
Shit's getting fucked up now.
Yeah.
Okay. Big pastry guy. So I just started doing it. I think the original reason, or this is at least what I tell people, was to become more comfortable in front of the camera. Because when we went into like COVID times, that's when like Zoom became popular, and then I was doing all my pitches and all my like interactions with clients and agencies over Zoom, and I was like in front of the camera, and I was like shy, and I was like, we need to fix this. So started drinking whiskey. No, I'm kidding. That's when Big Pastry Guy was born, and the original concept was like, oh, okay, like I'm in, I'm traveling. It was like a travel lens basically to like see
During
places.
COVID, of course.
Yeah, during COVID when I was just taking advantage of all the empty planes and stuff, and the cheap airfares. But that's how it started, and then I did it for like 2 years. But nothing ever really happened. It was just Instagram, and then it was this past summer, and I went to dinner with a friend of mine, and he's like, I want to take you to dinner, and he sat me down, and this candlelit. It was a very beautiful dinner. Actually, we had a glass of wine. And he looked me in the eyes, and he's like, I think it's time to go pro. And that's
Maybe
when
a GoPro.
No. Like GoPro, when you're like a skater, that was like a term, when you went pro and you got like a sponsor or something. Mm-hmm. So it was like a conversation. It was like that. Yeah, that ruined the whole punchline, this whole explanation. But anyhow, he was like, you need to like start posting on TikTok. And I was like hesitant about it. And then I just did it, and like it like took off.
Really? Okay,
my
I don't
God.
follow you on TikTok.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I try to avoid TikTok. But
Like I just woke up one morning and there was like tens of thousands of views overnight, hundreds of comments. Like
Really?
I was like, yeah, I guess I haven't told you about this.
No.
Dude, it was like crazy.
because
And-
honestly, all I see is like you still got 200 followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
How the hell do
yeah.
you keep doing this?
yeah. Well, so then I started to take it like seriously. This was during last summer, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna post 4 times a week, and it like got like intense, and I was like, this is work, like editing, doing the captions, all that, posting on TikTok, and then it was like every single day I would like walk out of my place and like people would be like, Big Pastry Guy.
What the hell?
I swear to God.
You're the next what's his name? Pizza guy.
Yeah,
Oh, Barstool.
Dave
Dave
Portnoy.
Portnoy.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. But like because the thing with TikTok, and at least with this particular thing, it's very like geocentric. So I'm I'm like talking shit about bakeries at this time in Toronto, And so it's just becoming like very like hyper targeted. Like TikTok is doing all this with its algorithm. So I'm talking about Toronto, I'm posting from Toronto, it's showing it to people like in my vicinity. So it's like, yeah, you get 80,000 views, but they're all coming from within like a 2 kilometer square or 2 kilometer radius of like where you are.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah. And it's like people are seeing it. Like my neighbors are seeing it. So it's like you're like you become like a local celebrity.
Well, we got to redo the intro and put influencer in here.
Yeah.
Because,
Hey,
missed that.
LinkedIn.
Well, I think it segues nicely into a little game we have for you then.
Well, bring it on.
We want to do a blind ranking of pastries.
A blind ranking.
Do you know what a blind ranking is?
I mean, it's a ranking that's blind, I suppose. But beyond that,
Guy's a genius. So we're going to give you 5 things to rank, 1 through 5 pastries, and you got to put them in order, but you're not going to know which one's next.
Okay.
Makes
And
sense?
in order,
Your best,
5
like-
pastries?
5 pastries, which one
Okay.
is the best?
Oh, okay. This is
1 through 5.
this is new to me.
Yeah.
By the way, I had a very good pastry today. I went to Nemesis in Gastown.
Oh, yeah.
The coffee.
You got a cruffin?
I didn't get a cruffin. I got an avocado toast with 2 eggs.
Is that a pastry?
Hold on, what?
No,
what?
Avocado toast.
Okay.
Avocado toast.
He said it a bit weird.
An
It's
affogato.
tomato. And I did have a pear Danish, which was absolutely delightful.
Yeah. Oh, usually I just get one. It's nice you got a pair. That's not for me.
What?
A pair of Danishes. That's it. That's stupid.
All right, back to the game. So, pastry 1, strudel.
Strudel. What kind of strudel?
A fruit strudel.
Fruit strudel. With the cream? Attendez la crème. You know the scene.
No.
Oh, this is
Star Wars,
the
Return of
best.
the Jedi.
This is one of the best scenes in the last decade, or I guess 2 decades. Attendez la crème.
Ratatouille.
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, yes, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And the Foley, and they're cutting the pastry and the cream.
Yeah.
A strudel, 5 being the lowest or highest?
5 is low.
A 4. Yes.
Bagel.
Bagel's not a pastry.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Replace.
Okay.
Replace it.
Yeah,
Cut
go back to the
that.
drawing board, Jason.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Why is that even on the list in the first place? I'm
You
pissed.
guys all
But I am
looked
a
at
bagel
it,
guy. I
right?
grew up in Montreal.
I skimmed it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
well, that's your fault.
I'm a big bagel
So, donut,
guy. A donut. 5.
croissant.
Just a plain butter croissant.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Cinnamon bun.
2.
Danish.
So what have I filled now?
You filled them all.
You filled them all. So your
So
top
Danish
pick is
is one.
Danish.
Of those, yeah, I would have to say,
Donut is 5?
yeah.
Why?
It's like it's an American pastry. It's an American pastry.
I can see that.
You know, I lean European.
You
You lean when you're peeing? What?
What was
way?
it?
Forwards or
That
backwards?
too. I put the hand up and I just lean against the wall. I'm like, get it in the bowl, son.
After enough whiskeys, you're definitely leaning.
Yeah, I brace myself.
Yeah.
But I have started sitting at home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you a sitter?
Dave got me on the sitting.
I'm a sitter.
Yeah,
Wait, to
only at
pee?
home though.
Yeah.
You know what?
Why?
That's just so
Two
relaxing.
reasons. Relaxing,
Yeah.
but I find I spend an exponentially longer time peeing, sitting, because then you get caught up and you're like, oh, there's a little bit.
Well, and you're on your phone for 17 minutes too.
Yeah, but you forget what you're doing there too sometimes. You know,
And you also don't have to
You're
like
lost.
you don't have to like lift up the seat or anything. You're not. There's no back spray anywhere.
the less
it's
cleaning.
It's a lot more civilized, I think.
Your cleaning bill is significantly reduced,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have women in the household,
Mm-hmm.
it's a serious issue. You know, so if you want to forego that altogether,
You're talking about this toilet seat being.
get out of prison.
You're talking about the toilet seat being left up.
Yeah,
I never got that.
really.
Like, no, I've got it, but I didn't understand.
You didn't
it.
understand. It's not important whether you understand it or not. It's just important that you do it.
Because they're like, oh, I could fall into the
Yeah,
toilet. I'm like,
listen.
don't you look?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
gotten all of it. it doesn't matter. You
never
just do it.
It's like when someone fully closes the top. I'm like, well, this is the same scenario for me, or me having to lift the seat.
Yep.
You know, like
You're just gonna sit on the top.
I'm so confused.
Dave, the last time I thought about this was when I went to your father's chiropractic office, and I left the toilet seat up, and I walked out, and I looked back. I'm like, should I put that down? Is that bad manners? And I thought, there's another guy in here. Whatever, that's fine.
No,
and then
that's very unholy.
yeah, and then it was later that night. I was like watching stand up or something. They had a whole bit about this. I'm like, I'm a douchebag. I shouldn't have done that.
Wait, you guys are engaged?
We are engaged.
Has
Me and Dave's chiropractic dad.
Has your fiance never said anything about this?
Not really, but we're fortunate enough to have 2 bathrooms, and we kind of just have our own bathroom.
But like you haven't always had 2 bathrooms.
No,
You
that's
have
true.
at some point, whether it's a hotel room or
I'm a level with you, Leo.
please do.
I rarely raise that toilet seat. I rarely.
Oh,
raise
you're
that.
a sitter.
No, I just go for it. I got
Oh,
good aim.
you're fucking crazy.
oh,
Can I cuss?
the other day,
Can I cuss?
Hey, cut this! Whoa, hey, cut this!
Wait,
cut this!
can I cuss
Hey,
on
wait,
here?
hey, hold on.
'Cause,
This is after silent biking. I was hallucinating.
What's
I was
silent
tired as
biking?
hell.
What's
I'm not
silent
cutting any
biking?
of this.
I'm just gonna talk
Keep
for the
it
whole
all
thing.
in. Now we're getting to the real
comes and
business.
goes
this
to-
No one cares about directing
He comes
films.
in.
Yeah, no. No one gives a shit.
I'm working from the office. I'm editing all day. He comes in, he goes to the bathroom, takes a pee, and then leaves. And then I'm like, I should go to the bathroom before I leave. And there's just piss all over the seat. Like,
Are you insane?
Like as though he was trying to maximize the amount of piss on the
It's
seat.
funny because
You weren't joking. Eh?
it's funny because I literally was focusing on like, don't piss in the toilet seat. Don't piss in the toilet seat.
You're like, what time is it?
Yeah, and then
This is an earthquake happening?
and I was like, nailed it. And then, but I
Literally. It looked like you were trying to draw the
leaves
letter
bathroom
O.
and says nailed it. That's crazy.
no, I actually was so tired that day, like I was hallucinating, that it all made sense. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably could have done that. But yeah, no, I rarely raise it. And if there's a little tickle on there,
Your iPad's running low. I can't see the minute.
That's
oh,
wild.
that's okay.
It doesn't matter. I guess we won't know. It'll be 2 hours and we'll just be here drunk as hell.
Yeah, it could be 1 hour, 57 minutes. We'll never know.
I can
Yeah.
see the time right here.
Oh my god.
101.
Are you guys like raising the toilet seat every time you piss?
Yeah.
Every single time.
Dude,
course.
that's crazy. You need to really
I never try
rethink
to
that.
pee past the seat.
Yeah, that's insane.
past the seat.
Yeah, because if the seat's down, you got to pee past it. Between it.
Between it. Okay.
Whatever.
Past it was maybe
Past
not
the
the best choice.
past
of
the
word.
front, before the back.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, listen, if you're in like
It's not that
if you're
hard
at a if you're in like a
There's always going to be some spray.
Always.
Always.
honestly, even the dirtiest, but if you're in like a strip club in like a bad part of town, I will still raise the seat.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
for
the
sure.
shoe.
Disgusting.
With the shoe.
Yeah, with the shoe,
Yeah, with the
obviously.
shoe, yeah.
Obviously.
But like, it's barbaric to pee with the seat down, standing up.
Well, hey,
Like, I'm glad we got to this on this
Yeah,
podcast.
this
At
is
least
great.
someone's gonna get to improve their life.
oh no, I'm not changing my ways. No, can't.
Really?
I
Come
mean,
on,
we'll
I think
see.
make a vow to us on this podcast. Like, let this be
People don't
significant.
forget.
We'll check in next episode.
Yeah, next time I'm here, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm leaving tomorrow, but I'm coming back.
Okay, good.
Are you gonna come to set? If we're right here, you should come.
Yeah, you should invite me. You invited me once. I couldn't make it though. You invited me to Stanley Park, and it was like, I don't know, filming someone through a windshield. Sounds super exciting.
You're like, there's no toilet to piss on.
Yeah, it's not gonna be exciting. You know what? It's always more exciting when you're just like passing by. Oh, a film set. But if you're like
Get
there
it?
as
Okay.
a spectator, especially, it's boring.
Okay, wait. Hold first before I forget. Next pod. Oh, I got a bubble in my throat.
Yeah.
I have that image.
A
It's
bubble?
like battle shit. Like a bubble in my throat.
Oh,
What?
like a burp.
No, like a
Like a
bubble
phlegm
of spit.
sort
Oh,
of thing.
okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I asked.
I have the like grid on the toilet bowl, and we're gonna discuss where we piss. Maybe we should just do it now, but no, we'll save it.
New
Well,
music,
we know what your grid looks
new
like.
music video
No,
for
no,
you.
I'm.
New music video for you. I only piss seat.
No one's ever gonna let me.
People are gonna unsubscribe when they hear that.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, no one subscribed in the first place.
this is
Come on.
getting political.
What's less than zero?
Yeah.
All right, the last time that I showed up on set, hold your fucking jokes, you piece of shit.
Impossible.
James Healy was working on a Netflix series And he said, "Yeah, come out on set. We're shooting up a school." And
You shouldn't laugh at that.
sorry,
All right, so we're filming at Sandy Hook today.
no. Cut that.
boy.
Oh yeah, Leo's gonna think about that on the way home. And he said, "Come by." Okay, so I rode to, I can't remember what school it was. Doesn't matter. But I rode there on my road bike. I had road shoes, cleats. I had spandex.
You
all
shave
that.
your legs?
No. And I went in there. I said, "Hey, I'm here." He let me in. I locked up my bike. I went in there with a helmet and spandex and shit. And it was the full thing. Obviously, there's like a million people in there. And I walk in, and I was like, I stand out like a sore thumb. And people kept looking at me, and they were like, "Hey, what's up? Hey." Like they were all trying to get a read of me because they're like, he doesn't belong here. And I really regretted wearing my helmet and all that stuff. But I was so confident. I was like, whatever, who cares? I'll just go in there, take a peek, and leave. I was like, I might never do this again.
Hold on. This is in an active school?
No. It was like a Netflix shoot. It was...
It was the crew and stuff.
It was an active shooting.
Yeah, I really keyed that one up, huh?
We were in a
Active shooter.
gymnasium, and it was like a musical or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was, a million people, and there was a whole, like, I'd never seen it before. There's like 25 chairs, and you got, like, they all have labels for whose chair on it, you know? And, I'm just standing there like, oh, there's a million people. No one will notice me. There's all walks of life here, whatever. But yeah, occasionally, like, every, like, few minutes, someone would walk out and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "Are they just friendly, or are they trying to suss me out?"
They're sussing you
Yeah,
out,
they're
for
sussing
sure.
me out.
Like, this is like crew members and cast and stuff.
Yeah, so
It's like the clown's arrived, but he's not on until...
You're like, I showed up dressed as a spaceman, and I don't know why everyone made such a big deal.
it's so fucking awkward.
Well, anything flies on a film set. You know, I walk onto film sets if I'm like, you know, walking like in New York or whatever, and I see there's something going on. I'll just like walk.
I know you
on.
will. You've done this
Yeah.
before, but you have balls of steel. This is a perfect segue into the time that we were in Whistler, and you snuck into the GLC. Do you remember this?
Was it on the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have balls of steel. You'll sneak into any set, any bar, wherever. Jason remembers vividly because he was in the bar.
Yeah, well,
Weird.
I wasn't.
I remember this.
Okay.
This was Crankworks.
I'll start it off and then you pick it up, okay? I'm in the lineup. I don't even think I ever got into the GLC. Crankworks is busy time, right? And there was this peak Crankworks. The line
Lots
was
of
like
dudes.
50, 100 people long.
Most of the dudes.
Leo walks up and he says, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, you can tell he's on a mission because he's like not looking me in the eye. He's like looking up at, at the
I'm like,
roof.
we're the snipers.
Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, I'm going to get in there. I'm going through the back." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" Before I can even say anything, he's like, "See you later." And then 2.5 minutes later, I get a picture on my phone and it's him inside the GLC.
That checks out.
Okay,
yeah.
so pick it up. What was your perspective, Jason?
Yeah, it was basically that. But I think that you used to be able to sneak into the GLC if you went around the back of the balcony and through the forest. You could like hop onto the patio and just like walk in as quickly as possible and just, you know.
This is a good Whistler hack.
And I don't think it works anymore. I think they've kind of...
That's the thing about the world in general, I think. It's getting more buttoned down.
For sure.
But who's the FBI agent? I guess he's now works for the FBI. It's the Leonardo DiCaprio played him.
Frank Abagnale Jr.
Yeah. And he says now it's easier than ever because it's all automated, you know, or not automated, but it's all digital and everything can be hacked. But I like the...
Put that mic in front of you.
You like the practical.
I like the practical application of
So what was the end of the story?
Did you even know that he was sneaking in?
Yeah. I was in that same conversation, and then I did the sneak in through the patio. But it took me like half an hour to sneak in because I was just so like scared to go do
Okay,
that.
I apologize because I didn't know you were in the line with me.
Yeah,
I
and
thought you
then-
must have already been in there.
I did get in, and then you were already like, "Yo, this place is sick." You had like buckets and everything. I was like, I just spent half an hour trying to get onto the patio, and you're like, you were in. You're like, "Yeah, I went through the skylight," and like, yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, I think,
I don't have the balls to do that. I could never sneak in. I'm too scared.
You know, I think someone once told me it's like, you know, walking as if you own the place or something like that. And it just really stuck with me.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I know.
like wherever you are, like feel like you're meant to be there.
Well,
even
that's
if
why
it's
I
something
don't
outside of your
raise the
scope.
toilet seat. No, I just
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna piss all over this bed.
I
Hey,
always,
I want to say something quick. When I go to people's houses, I raise the toilet seat. At my own house,
now
whatever.
He's
Fuck
backtracking
that.
now. Huh? He's
No,
trying
I'm
to
not.
get redemption on this. No, you know what?
Well, I'm just
You're-
thinking
you're a
next time I go to
barbarian.
Jason's place, Lauren's gonna be like, "Don't let him in the bathroom.
I wouldn't let you
Make
in
him
my
piss
bathroom.
outside."
I will literally supervise you in my bathroom.
I'd ask for nothing more.
we're
than
gonna
that.
start calling you. We're gonna start calling you Maddie Seat Piss.
Yeah, I would love a nickname. I'm gonna fix this iPad.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
this a cut?
keep this rolling. Don't cut this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, leave it in.
If only there wasn't just another timer right above it.
Oh yeah.
Let's make this the longest podcast.
Oh, Jesus. I hate taking off the headphones and
Yeah.
then realizing, wait, that's what we sound like right now? Because when we have the headphones on, we're all in the zone. It sounds amazing.
At first, I was really freaked out by it, but I think I've settled into the effect.
That's good. Once you take it off, it's going to be miserable.
Well, let's stay here forever. Huh?
So, Leo, I remember vividly the time that we were in Gastown hanging out, and you're like, I'm going to go check out that set. And, like, once again, before I can even say anything, you're like, bolted off, and you're like, setting up C-stands and putting sandbags in your pocket and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Stealing sandbag.
I don't think you could fit a sandbag in the average size pocket.
It's
a
how
terrible
big your
sandbag.
pockets are.
It sure does.
Yeah, what the hell? Like, what else?
What else have I done?
Yeah, what else have you done? You got
Well,
us in
that's
trouble,
strictly
huh?
classified.
You ever been
information.
arrested, Leo?
Yes, I have.
Tell us.
Shit, didn't think we were going there.
And now the podcast starts.
You should
I
see the
wasn't
list of
arrested.
questions.
I was they got me. They handcuffed me and stuff. But what is arrest? I wasn't charged. I guess I was
arrested is getting the handcuffs,
I got the cuffs.
and you have to go to a holding cell.
No, I didn't go to the cell.
Okay.
I
Because
was-
then you
I
were
was released.
detained, I believe.
I was detained. Yeah.
Yeah. Arrested means you have no choice. Well, not that you have a choice, but like, I've been watching a lot.
You know
of
what? It's a very
Code Cam
good
Blue.
thing. Yeah. No. I
Code Blue.
I was walking down this. It was in Vancouver, actually. These were I was still like growing up a little bit, and I saw this really beautiful vintage Ferrari, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this for a ride. And I just I hotwired it, and I went for a bit of a joyride. No, I'm kidding.
All right. All right.
Can you tell I'm a filmmaker?
Full of stories, huh?
This is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No,
My friend Cameron.
Yeah, it was stupid. I'm big into running. I do a lot of running, and at this particular time, I'd gotten off the bus at the bus loop at UBC. I was like living on campus at UBC, and
That must have been fun.
it was Halloween, and it was
Did you say Halloween?
Halloween.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Halloween. Halloween.
It was Halloween.
Sorry, go ahead.
So you see a big penis.
Yeah. That was good. So I got off it was probably like, I don't know, a kilometer from the bus loop to my dorm. And I was like, well, I'm just going to run, because why would I, it's just going to take less time to go to where I need to go.
Smart.
And I'll burn off a little bit of this booze and have a better sleep. So I get off the bus and I just bolted. And pretty quickly thereafter, there were, the red and blues were flashing. And I was like, well, it sucks for whoever they're after, and I'm just going to keep running. And then next thing I know, I like turn the corner, and there's like more of them, and they basically like tackled me. Yeah. And I was like, I'd had a bit to drink, and I was like, like, what the hell? And I was like mad, because I hadn't done, I would have been mad in any scenario, but yeah, they like tackled me and like cuffed me, and I was, I was exchanging words with them, and I was probably like 19 or 20, a handful, and yeah, they cuffed me, and they were like, we got a report of a guy wearing jeans and a jacket who was like knocking over garbage.
Too much
cans or
denim.
something.
You're going to jail.
Yeah. I violated the fashion police, but yeah, they let me go. And then this is the RCMP. There's an RCMP detachment at UBC.
Oh, wow.
And which is completely unnecessary. I shouldn't say that. Anyhow, the constable like called my parents the next day, and was like, young Zarkowski, we see a lot of promise in him. He's in the film school. We think he's going to be the next Spielberg, so we're not going to press any charges. I'm like, charges for they were going to charge me for resisting arrest, assaulting an officer. I think that's it. But in the end, they let me go, which is good because you do not want a criminal record. It will really stunt your life.
I feel like if you were though like a really good runner, you would have got away.
Well, I think about that a lot, and it's gotten me through.
Like you're not training for a marathon; you're training for this next iteration.
Yeah, exactly. Bitch. Yeah, I don't know.
I think
I mean, they had me cornered basically.
I think I missed what you actually did wrong there.
I didn't do anything.
You were
It was
on the false accusation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were looking for someone else. And I was just running, so the cops just go after people who.
I
run.
thought you didn't pay for the bus or something. That you didn't pay for your
I mean, I
ticket.
probably didn't, but
Who does?
I don't know if you get arrested for that though.
yeah, you get a big fine.
Yeah, I remember my brother once got a $100-something ticket for not
I think it's more
paying
than
for the
that.
SkyTrain ticket.
Oh,
That was years
Yeah.
ago. Holy crap! It was like the first year of the SkyTrain.
but what were? Oh yeah, arrest. That was the one time that I got arrested. But there were many other times where I should have been arrested, and they couldn't catch me.
He got faster.
Yeah.
Have you worked any other normal jobs besides just doing the film thing?
Does photography count?
No.
No.
No, I was a busboy for a
Ooh.
catering company,
Okay.
like weddings and like functions and stuff. It was a lot of fun. It was hard work, but I really enjoyed it.
I take it you've never been fired then.
I've been asked not to come back.
Yeah, really?
I mean, not in so many words, but basically, yeah. I've been
It'd be better if you weren't here.
Yeah, I'd be like, we're not. Anyway, no, that job, it was like, and then I got my friend into it, and we were like both doing it together, and it was like during the summer, and we were probably like 17 or 18, and we were just shitheads, and he was like trying to like, hook up with girls at the parties and the other staff, and I think at one point, one of the senior people like went into the the freezer in the kitchen, which is like an entire room, and he was like making out with like someone from the party, and it was like, all right, it's like you guys gotta go.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a fun job. Honestly, I would do it. I would do it again. This was in Montreal.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
So maybe this summer, if I'm back at some point, I'll pick up a gig or two. I would. It would be a lot of fun.
I feel like I want to do the Montreal food spot ranking for fun now. Because you brought up Montreal.
We spent a minute together. Oh no, wait, did we? No, we met at the airport in Montreal. Remember that? And then we went to Copenhagen.
Right. Oh yeah, we went to Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was so much fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I really, really enjoyed that.
That was a good one. We did the Trek Go By bike,
Yeah.
and we were totally making it up as we go. Holy crap! We
Yeah.
were
It was
scripting up to
amazing.
last day.
That's a very fond memory of mine.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Up there for sure.
We the shoot went well. We had great support.
Why don't we do that again?
I'm down. Let's do it. We had great support. What was their service production company? Scandinavians for production.
Remember Christian?
Christian Thompson.
He was amazing.
Yeah, he was like an
I love
ex-military
that
guy. I think I told you in the past one time, we had a e-bike with a bucket in the front, like another separate trailer with a DP in front.
Chris Clark.
Chris Clark.
He
should come on the pod.
Coolest guy in the world.
He's blown up.
I think he's gonna work on the Subaru job with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Get him on the pod.
Yeah.
Anyways, Christian, he was on the e-bike. He was pushing. We had a bucket in the front and a bucket in the back. Focus puller in the back, DP in the front.
The focus
E-bike.
puller. Wait. By the way, there's a guy being like pulled around in the back of a bike through Copenhagen. He must have been in his 50s.
Yeah.
It was pretty epic. Like, where does that happen? Only in Copenhagen.
The e-bike ran out of battery. So
remember that.
Military dude was just full gas trying to get everybody up to speed with Mads Peterson, who's like a road cycling star. And he did. And he was a friggin' legend. And he was just a nice guy too.
Do you remember when he gave you his gloves? And he was like, it's okay. I've already been in the Arctic water all morning since 4 o'clock.
No, but now I feel like a bitch. Damn.
Yeah.
Christian? Oh, man.
Yeah. He
I
was
don't
like,
remember that.
I remember on the first day we were like jet lagged and we were up super early. And he was like texting us at 4 a.m. He's like, yeah, I've already run 50 kilometers.
You made an impression
like
on
that.
us.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Also, Christine, I think she did the casting for us. That was really fun. We did the casting with maybe 15 kids, Danish kids.
Yeah.
Danish, right? Danish? That's Copenhagen Danish.
Yeah, sure.
Who came in and some of them can speak English, some of them can't. And my icebreaker question was, how do you say this? And I had this word written on a Post-it note that is berry soup. And it's like Rodgod McFlø or something like that.
This?
Rodgod McFlø, because I was showing some Danish relatives or something this video, or my upstairs neighbors actually. They're Danish, so they loved it. Anyways, I just had them each say,
Of course they did.
how do you say this? And they would say it perfectly, of course. And then I would say it back and butcher it, and they would laugh, and we'd have a good time. And then we'd get them through the script or whatever. But we did that, and then I think the most memorable part of the whole trip was when we went partying with the Trek
On the last night?
On the last night.
Yeah.
That was Eric
Ryan.
and Ryan, yeah. Eric no longer works at Trek, but oh my God, did we get blasted? You got blasted, that's for sure. I couldn't keep track of you. You were all over the place.
Yeah, that was nice.
And
you had skylights to go through.
Yeah, I'll take the roof.
The bars, they're like fancy, like people
we
were
at some
lively.
fancy bars, yeah.
It was so fun. But
God, it feels like yesterday we were there.
the scary part was the next morning, we wake up to Eric's text saying, we can't find the credit card, the Trek credit card.
Oh.
What happened to it?
I don't remember
You-
this part.
the
I was
last-
like, we had a great time.
I gave it to you last. No, this was so stressful for me. I gave it to you last and we don't have it anymore. And I was like, what? There's no way. They never gave me a credit card. I never used it. There's no freaking way. I never used it. And it was like 3 hours ongoing of me thinking, oh my God, I must have been so drunk. I didn't know. 5 hours elapse. Oh, hey, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't give it to you. It was in my wallet the whole time.
Oh my God.
I was
Classic.
terrified.
That is the worst.
I was so scared. But yeah, we put a few dollars on that Trek card. And now,
We're better for it.
Now the bike industry's failing.
we were in the bike industry. That's how, yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
That's
Isn't the bike industry like booming these days?
Not anymore. Not after COVID. Everybody
They
bought
had a high.
bikes.
There was a high.
Big high.
But
After
it'll
that,
come
it's
back.
high.
I think this summer we'll be like, yeah, we need new bikes.
It's
No?
like it's like riding a bike, you know. It's just
Ups and downs.
ups and downs.
Yeah, peaks and valleys.
It's like a sine curve, you know?
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
I don't know.
Sine costs. What's the other one?
Tan?
10? Yeah. Fuck, it's a long time ago.
Is it game time?
I was going to do the
Yeah.
Montreal food spots, but screw it. We'll do it in private after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna play another game?
Do you guys should? I was gonna say come to Montreal, but we should go to Copenhagen again.
Oh,
We should do
love
a
it.
reactivation of that.
I want to go to Copenhagen with Brooke real bad because she would love to see all the art. And the museum we went to, that was great too.
Yeah,
Copenhagen is the happiest place on earth, apparently.
Probably not in the
Disneyland.
winter.
You're thinking of Disneyland.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes, right. Correct.
Play the music.
Do you guys want to play the game?
We got to go in the summer, though, Leo.
To Copenhagen.
Sorry, we're having
No,
two
no, go on.
conversations.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, yeah.
Continue.
You guys can come.
You're just making. I feel like an afterthought.
Do you guys want to talk more about film? I feel like it was a little stiff at the beginning.
We're going to talk about more film in this or that.
Okay.
Drop it.
It's that time
drop
again,
the beat.
folks. Time to play this or that. The game where you choose between two radically different options. Either this or that. Are you ready?
Film or digital?
Oh, it's like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Film.
Wide lenses or long lenses?
Wide lenses.
Red or Ari?
Already.
Early morning shoots or late night shoots?
Late night.
Massive budget but less creative control, or zero budget?
Zero
and all-
budget.
Good crafty or wrapping early?
Good crafty.
Film school or YouTube tutorials?
YouTube.
Poutine or smoked meat sandwich?
Putin, like the Russian president?
Poutine?
Oh, Putin. Putin.
Oh, come on.
Oh, we did this together. Eh? I got a little bit of mustard.
Hey,
on
wait,
my
also, you
shirt.
were in How to Be a Canadian, speaking
Yes,
of which.
I was.
Oh, no, I got mustard on my favorite shirt.
Yeah, I was famous for that.
Epic.
Wait, Putin Poutine or what is it? The
Or
other one?
smoked meat sandwich.
Smoked meat. Shit. Poutine.
Shooting mountain bikes or shooting cars?
Shoot schools. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's do both.
Oh, come on. You can't.
you gotta
That's
pick.
not the game. Did you listen to Nardwar at the beginning?
God, it's been so long since I shot my bikes. Shooting cars.
Indoor or outdoor shoots?
Outdoor.
New York or LA?
New York.
Premiere Pro or Resolve?
Premiere Pro.
Out of focus or overexposed?
Out of focus.
Dick size nipples or nipple size dick?
I killed him. Oh, man.
He's envisioning it.
Oh, yeah. He's deep in thought.
Nipple sized dick.
Ooh. Mustache or mullet?
Both. Ah, fuck it. Mustache.
Croissants in Paris or Montreal?
Paris.
Being too hot or too cold?
Cold. Hot.
Montreal or Vancouver?
Montreal.
16:9 or 4:3?
4x3.
Ugh.
Digital or practical VFX?
Practical.
Shooting
It would
in
be
na-
SFX, but anyhow.
Yeah, special effects. Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
Right. SFX would be special effects.
Back to the drawing board on that one, Jason.
We'll workshop it. That was out of pocket. Shooting in nature or the city?
Nature.
Black and white or color?
Black and white.
And finally, bad light or bad talent?
I mean, bad light. We don't even know what that means.
No, we don't need bad talent. We don't need bad talent.
Good job.
And boy, do we
Nice
have
to see
good
that.
talent in the room, huh, everybody?
Yeah.
I feel like I think I did well.
Yeah, you did great.
You did great.
I have strong instincts.
Except when it comes to dick-sized nipples.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a lot to process on the spot.
He's a visionary. He needs to
Put that in the trailer, huh?
Oh, man. So what's next for you, Leo, other than this thing and our trip to Copenhagen with everybody
Yeah,
that you're paying for?
I'm flying out tomorrow, 2:15, Air Canada AC 118.
What? Really?
Yeah,
Where are you going?
I'm going to Toronto. I don't know why.
What?
I shouldn't go.
You are all over the place, huh? Do you even have a home?
Yeah, I've got a few.
Where do you live? What's that?
few.
A few. Jesus Christ.
I'm not putting my address.
We got to
on
get some
this.
Subaru ads, boys.
Yeah, I've got a home in Malibu. I've got a home in Mallorca.
Oh my
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm supposed to go to Toronto tomorrow,
Okay.
unless it's interrupted. The plan, that is,
Okay.
which I wouldn't be mad about, because I'm coming back here in 2 weeks to shoot this Subaru commercial.
Right. This is like the most like practical answer to what's next. Like,
What's next?
tomorrow I have a flight.
Yeah,
He
that's
gave the flight
all I
number.
can tell you. I don't know
general.
what's gonna happen. I may actually go to Paris. Yeah, between then and the time that I come back here. But I'm certainly coming back here, so I hope to see you again.
Yeah, we will.
I think it will be a little bit more. I'm gonna say it's a bit more leisurely. It's like, yeah, when we're coming back to shoot this job, it'll be very leisurely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You were on a phone call up until the moment you walked in the door.
yeah.
A lot of phone calls, shaking babies, kissing mouths. Whatever.
Don't shake babies. It could end very badly.
It's true.
Yeah.
Quote that.
I feel like we've got better quotes.
Oh, also we didn't shout out. You are the first winner of the GoPro Dirt Diaries.
First and last. Yeah.
First and last. That was awesome. What a legacy, though, huh? That was the first one, right?
Yeah.
But it was like unknown.
It was the first one and the second.
And the second, Richie Schley.
Richie Schley.
Right.
Trinity? Yeah.
Jason was going to put on the
The
this or that.
Trinity.
Charles Barkley or Richie Schley.
I used that recently. There was a job, and they were like, have you ever shot mountain biking? And I was like,
Oh boy,
have I ever?
Have you ever heard of Island Red Park?
ever heard of Above the Dust?
Yeah, I actually like pulled stuff from all of it.
That's awesome. Above the Dust is how I discovered your work.
That was the first one.
Yeah, it was
amazing. That was the second thing I ever posted on Vimeo.
That was like the early days of DSLRs and meeting awesome color grading.
Yeah,
that was
that was my first staff pick.
Yeah,
2000 and like.
How many staff picks you have now?
I don't remember.
I think I have one.
You have one?
I have one.
Yeah. Well, it's
how
not
to make
really
a sick edit?
It's not really a thing anymore.
No one
Nobody
cares, right?
Yeah.
It's
really
still,
sad.
if you get it, you got to make a whole story campaign.
Oh, yeah. You got to tell the world, get on top of a mountain, scream it out.
Oh, yeah.
But sadly, I mean, that community was obliterated. Vimeo was acquired by some like stupid conglomerate, and they just got buried. It's sad because that was like our community, you know? That was the filmmaking community. It was so nice. And now it's just like, I guess there's Instagram.
Right.
Did you see the controversy on Instagram about AI?
Oh, I was talking to you guys about this. The ad that came out where someone, I don't know, you have a better take on it probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
or not take, but just like explanation. I don't even really know what happened.
Basically, Under Armour produced a spot, and they utilized footage from previous campaigns from other production companies with other directors, and it sort of spiraled out of control.
Because I saw a comment on a thread that said, "Hey, wait a second, isn't this footage from my commercial?"
Yeah. That
they
was.
used other footage to train the AI to like recreate it or something like that.
It was the same footage, but it had a whole different treatment on it. It was like black and white. It was extruded. It was like all these different things. I mean, I don't know how we define AI. It's all very up in the air, but the community reacted very. It was like a very vigorous sort of like response.
No doubt.
And it had to do with the way that the filmmaker sort of like spoke about it, how, you know, his perspective on it, and I don't know, it got like very heated in this thread.
Well, I saw his response. He said, "We licensed the footage through all the appropriate channels." So.
It wasn't licensed. It was Under Armour. Like the client always owns the footage, right? So they're putting out this campaign, and they're like, "This is our footage. Use it again." It was like an issue with like crediting and the proper like acknowledgement of Yeah, that's what it was that like sparked this whole thing. I think it was kind of the perfect storm, and it was bound to happen at some point. And like this just happened to be the point where people sort of were like, "Oh fuck, AI."
Interesting.
And,
interesting. Are you using AI in your work or?
For sure.
Yeah.
Not in like the actual end product, but throughout the process, I'm using it a lot.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So are we.
It's pretty crazy and frightening.
It is helpful though. It just I mean, Dave said it best like a long time ago that it kind of just helps your writer's block a little bit sometimes for us.
Sure. I mean, what, ChatGPT?
ChatGPT, but we use a lot of voice on 11 Labs and, for various.
The Charles Barkley thing is an AI voiceover.
No way.
Yeah, it's Bryan Cranston. Didn't get his permission.
Oh shit! Really?
I mean, it's a director's cut. Like they aired a spot that didn't have Bryan Cranston's AI voice, but that's the director's cut. I'm glad we're leaving this to the end.
What, you don't think people are going to get
open
here?
with this?
Oh, come on. They know we were drinking at the start. They're going to stick around.
Yeah. I mean, like Bryan Cranston's agent hasn't come for me, but like it's like it has whatever, a couple thousand views, maybe. But it's on a larger scale that people will start to, you know.
Well, one of our most popular reels of late is Dave's combination of 11 Labs and
that's what he used. 11 Labs.
Midjourney.
Yeah.
I did cartoon characters as real people riding bikes.
Yeah. You can do anything.
People got really mad about it.
Yeah, people are like,
"Oh, really?"
Yeah. People just out for AI.
Yeah.
They're like anything made
Rightfully
with AI.
so.
Yeah.
Delete this.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like it can't be resisted. Really, it is the future, and like it's. I'm not saying it's a nice future, but it's coming. You know,
for sure.
And people are not. You know, their jobs are going to be replaced, and I mean, we're turning the page for sure.
Boy.
On that note,
On that note, we'll never see you again.
Yeah, that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. And if you want to call in, Leo, do you know how to do that? Do you know how to leave us a message and talk shit and ask us a question, roast us, poke fun?
In the comment section?
No, there's a better way.
Okay.
It is speakpipe.com/feedingoffeachouther. You leave us a voicemail. You call into the show.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I have a friend that leaves crazy voicemails. Maybe I should get him to do it because it'll be certainly more interesting.
I would love that. I would love that.
So Jackie Abraham, I don't think you made it to the end because you're a selfish son of a bitch. But if you have, I encourage you to go to
speakpipe.com/feedingoffeachouther. That is speak pipe. Like you're speaking.
Speak pipe.
And there's an aluminum pipe. Speak pipe.
It's actually a flesh pipe.
It's a flesh pipe.
Oh, he'll like that. So
Yes.
go there. And
All
leave
you
your
gotta do is hit a
voicemail.
button, hit one button.
And
Knock off
he'll
good.
want it to be broadcast.
Oh yeah.
So if you could just
We play him.
pump it. Yeah, play it on the as a prelude to maybe the next thing.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's it.
Do you guys want to know my editor moniker before we sign?
Okay.
Well, tell us after. After we
Okay.
got it.
Little pastry guy.
All right. So what do we do when the take is done? How do you end this as a director? How do you make the cameras? What do you do?
You just say you cut the scene and that's a wrap. But I mean, I have to obviously check in with everyone else. It's a whole process.
Okay,
and then all right, that's a wrap.
Should we do one more for safety, you guys?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's a cut. And as always,
Are you metaphorically well fed?
Are you medically?
Are you medicated?
I had a fucking stroke.
Have you been medicated today?
Are you metaphorically full?
Full of myself?
We're on feeding off each
you're
other.
on
program.
Oh, we're feeding off each other.
off
I've been
each
just been
other.
feeding off myself this whole time. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I guess Leo's never made it to the end of a podcast, huh?
And
as always,
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.